Hello lovely people, welcome to Learn English with Priyanka Chaudhary. Today in this video, I am going to share with you something interesting that will not only help you to improve your communication skills, but it is also going to benefit you to upscale your level of confidence. I'm sure now you would like to know about it. Let me give you a hint. It is something that many of us find intriguing and intimidating. Well, the topic is having a conversation with a stranger. Did you ever try talking to a stranger? Did you find it difficult? Were you comfortable talking to strangers? If all these situations were with you, then keep watching this video till the end. And yes, talking to strangers genuinely help us to improve our communication skills and to boost our confidence level. Talking to strangers actually opens door to many opportunities of making new connections, new friends, enriching experiences, and we also get to know a lot about other people and their lifestyles. Sometimes we get to know about other people's culture as well. We never know that the way we start talking to a stranger, where will this conversation take place at the end? You know what? Talking to stranger is equal to reading a book that you have never read before. So when you talk to a stranger, it means you are going to read a book that you have not read before, and how will you come to know what is written in that book until and unless you will go and talk to that stranger. Today I have some great insights to share with you. For that, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Are you ready for that? If yes, then let's begin. Well, if you are going to like this video, then give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Now, talking to strangers is not that easy as it seems. If you have tried it before, then you can relate it yourself that talking to stranger is not that easy and it is quite challenging. There are so many challenges that actually associate with talking to strangers. Like, first is nervousness and anxiety. We become quite nervous and anxious talking to strangers. We do not know that how is the stranger going to react. There is fear of rejection as well. What if the stranger won't react in the way we are expecting? Or there is another challenge, that is confidence. We are not that confident to have a conversation with any stranger. This is also the problem. Then language barrier is also a challenge. Means in order to communicate with any stranger, you both must have the same common language to carry on the conversation. So if you both have not the common language to talk, then how will the conversation take place? So language barrier is also a challenge. Then cultural difference is another challenge. You are from different culture and the stranger whom you are going to approach that belongs to from different culture. Then it again is a challenge. Sometimes we get confused about the topic, like what topic should we actually talk about. We do not understand that how should we begin the conversation. Or there is another challenge of topic sensitivity, like we cannot just speak anything to stranger. There are some topics, there are some questions that we cannot just ask to any stranger. This is also the problem. There are some other problems as well, like unpredictable responses. We never know how is the stranger going to react, what is the response of the stranger going to be. So that is unpredictable response, and that is also a challenge. And sometimes it also happens that we both, means you and the stranger, you both have short period of time to have a conversation. So how can you make this short period of time quite productive for having a smooth conversation? So this is also a challenge, that how can you utilize that time period to have a smooth conversation. So as I just shared with you a number of challenges that are there talking to stranger. So how can we deal with these challenges, right? You have already faced all these challenges. So what is the solution? So here in this video I am going to share with you the tips as well, and these tips I assure you that these tips will help you to have a smooth conversation with any stranger, with anyone. It doesn't matter you are interacting with the same age person, or the stranger is younger to you or older than you, or you are talking to any child, it doesn't matter. What you have to focus on, that you are having that opportunity, that time to practice your communication skills, and this is the best way. You know what, talking to stranger is beneficial, that in such a way that the stranger is not going to judge you. The stranger does not have any clue about you, that stranger does not have any perception about you. So now when you will be going to the stranger, and you know what, we always think that the other person, the stranger, will come to me and then I will start talking to that person. So if you will, and the, you know what, the other person is also thinking the same. If we both will be thinking the same, then who will take the initiative to begin the conversation? So in order to have a conversation with any stranger, you have to keep your ego aside. Only then you will be able to take a step further. So here is the first step. Approach with positive attitude. It means whenever you are approaching any stranger to talk, always carry smile on your face. Be friendly and keep your tone also friendly. Alright? This is how you can begin your conversation. When you smile, you automatically spread positivity from you, and the stranger also takes interest in talking to you. Now the second tip is use small talk. Means you can start talking about something that is common in both of you. Like you can talk about weather. Means everybody nowadays is talking about weather, right? There you can experience a tremendous change in weather nowadays. So weather is the best option. You can even talk about movies. Everybody likes watching movies, series, so, or Netflix. So you can even start talking about Netflix or the current situation. For instance, let's say you are traveling and there is a stranger sitting next to you, and that stranger is reading a book, let's say, and that book you have read, you understood that this is the book that I have read. Then you can pass a comment, or you can just generally say that this is such a nice book, I have read it, like this. So if you will start speaking like this, there are chances the stranger will take interest in talking to you. So in order to begin the conversation with the stranger, you can compliment that person. Means your compliment should be a genuine one, do not fake it. Alright, so you can say something like, let's say there is a lady standing in front of you, and that lady really has beautiful long hair. So you can compliment her that you have such silky smooth hair, I just love it. Or you can begin the conversation like, would you mind if I tell you something? Then you can start saying something like this, I like your shirt, it's looking really nice on you. Means compliment the person. You know what, the stranger is not going to remember anything, but the compliment that you are going to give, he is not going to forget that ever. So this is, I think, the best way to begin the conversation, complimenting the unknown person. So you can try this, and this will definitely work for you. Start complimenting the stranger to begin the conversation. I'm sure the stranger will reply something like thank you, or the stranger might also compliment you as well. So try starting conversation like this. Here is the next tip. Ask open-ended question. Always ask the questions that begin with WH. Let's say what, why, where, when, like these. Never ask questions like, do you like summer season? The other person will end up saying yes or no, and then the sentence will be over there. Means the conversation will be over there. So never ever ask this type of question. You can simply ask like, what kind of weather do you like? Or what do you do in winter season? Something like this. Ask open-ended questions to involve the stranger in the conversation. You know what, your entire focus should be on continuing the conversation as much as you can. Means if you have succeeded in involving the stranger in conversation with you at least for 5 minutes, you are done. Seriously, you know what, it is going to take you a lot of it takes a lot of efforts to begin the conversation. Once you have started, you have just gone through the initial 5 minutes, then you are automatically going to feel relaxed and continuing the conversation. So the initial few minutes are going to be a little difficult for you. Once you finish 5 minutes, I think your job is done. You have done a great job. Then you can switch to another person and start having conversation with the next person. So try to engage the person, the stranger, in conversation with you for at least 5 minutes. Next, what you can do is, whenever you are interacting with anybody, you should completely focus on the person. Look into the eyes of the person. You know what, when you make eye contact with any person you are talking to, that actually reflects that you are the person that can be trusted. And having conversation with a person you are making eye contact, it actually helps you to gain trust of the person, and it makes the conversation quite engaging too. So never ever forget making eye contact with anyone you are in the conversation with. Besides this, listen actively. You have to listen to the other person attentively. It actually gives a sign to the other person that you are a good listener. You are actually giving that person respect out of listening to that person really well, and the conversation becomes quite engaging and interesting too when you focus on listening to the other person. This is the problem nowadays. Most of the people are, we just want to speak, we just want to finish our part of speaking. Nobody is there to actually listen to us. There are very few people who actually listen to us. So everybody wants to speak, everybody wants to share what's happening in their life, what they are actually going through, but nobody is there to listen to them. And it is also like that they are going to share something about their personal life whom they can trust only. So in short, in order to have a conversation with any stranger, you have to gain that stranger's trust, all right, and trust should be gained in a positive sense, all right. And second thing is, you have to listen to that person really carefully. If you have done these two things properly, then I'm sure that you will make it for sure. And the next step is, before asking questions, all the list of questions that you have with the stranger, you need to begin sharing about yourself first. Talk about yourself first, that hi, I am Priyanka and I reside here nearby. What about you? Something like that. So if you will begin like this, you will gain the trust of the person. So before asking so many questions, you need to share about yourself first. Use body language while speaking. It looks quite interesting and engaging. Means make eye contact, keep nodding during the conversation, or use your hand gestures for speaking. Means your entire body language should be open. Use open body language while talking to any stranger or anybody you want to have conversation with. Respect personal boundaries is the next step. Means do not just ask anything that's coming into your mind to the stranger. If you are going to ask something personal, the person will not feel comfortable talking to you anymore. So respect that personal boundary. Do not ask such question that is going to make other person feel uncomfortable. In order to continue your conversation, you have to make sure that the stranger is feeling comfortable talking to you. There should not be any single moment when you are making the stranger feel uncomfortable. So never ever do that. And as I said before as well, that compliment the stranger, all right. Don't say anything negative about the person, or never ever start the conversation with any negative tone. Okay, means try to talk on such topics that are common. Okay, try to find out certain topics that are common. For example, it current situation. Take current situation. Let's say you are in the meeting, in the middle of meeting. You can talk about the meeting, you can talk about the boss if you both are working at the same place. Okay, or let's say you have gone to the college, you are a college student, this is your first day today, and there you meet somebody. Okay, so you both actually are going to the same college, you both are in the same college, so that is a common thing. You can talk about the college, you can talk about your day, how was your day today, did you make any friend, something like that. Okay, so try to find something common and then talk about it. Whenever you are having conversation with the stranger, always be polite and respectful. Means use polite phrases, say thank you, you can say excuse me, you can even say please. Means use these polite phrases that actually makes the other person feel quite respected. So always use polite phrases while talking to any stranger. And the next step is end the conversation on a good note or something like this. It was nice talking to you, enjoy the rest of the day, I hope you have a great day ahead, something like that. And the last tip is practice speaking with a stranger. All right, you can practice talking to any stranger at home, and just by doing role play. Means create a role play in your mind that how will you talk to any stranger whenever you are going to be in this situation, what kind of sentences you will be making, what kind of questions you will be asking. So prepare yourself before that situation. All right, and that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you found this video helpful, then subscribe to my channel and do not forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated for my upcoming videos. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep talking, keep practicing, keep shining. Bye bye.